Why am I in the tub? Because I'm drenched. As you saw, our practice, and then after I did about 20 minutes on the bike, and then 20 minutes in the sauna, so I'm sweaty. Very, very sweaty. To where, to do this interview comfortably, I'd rather sweat in the tub and let the water just seep down the drain. Anyways, the one thing you saw in practice, and it's huge, is something I extremely belittled, especially in high school and the early part of my amateur career, is repetition. We all hear the cliche quote, practice makes perfect. Well, it's kind of, sort of. Nothing is ever perfect, but practice enough, it's going to be pretty damn well close. I mean, what's that quote by Bruce Lee? It's, what was it? I don't fear a man who's practiced 10,000 moves one time. I fear a man who's practiced one move 10,000 times, because I know, at least in college for me, the one move I had in wrestling was a fireman's. And I remember wrestling a guy named, oh, I'm not going to say his name, but I remember wrestling a guy 5 times, and I beat him every single time, and it was literally the same exact move the entire wrestling match. And his coach is like, I have no clue why you're tying up with him. You know what he's going to do. But it didn't matter, because no matter what, even if you knew what I was going to hit you with, you were going to get tossed. And I always won with the firemen's. That was just my go-to, and that's why All-American. Practice made perfect. Dean makes us drill constantly. And they end up being eventually from regular drills in the morning that we did today to now live drills, to where we're practicing with 2 different people. Jillian is a very different style than myself. David's a very different style than myself. I have no clue what I'm going to do depending on the day, so it just mixes it up. So practicing those drills on somebody else changes the pace, but also gets you comfortable with not just doing it against one person, but multiple styles as well. And doing these live situations, whether it's MMA on the ground, MMA on the feet, how to start a fight, mentally preparing for the match, all these different things, practice makes perfect. You can't just 100% go in there and wing it. I guess that's probably a quote that I should be saying to myself, is that's usually my thing. I'm a feeler, but there's been one fight that I lost, and as you can tell, it's not perfect. It's not 100%. Am I 90% accurate? Yeah, but there's still that one fight that I lost because I wasn't mentally prepared for it. I didn't focus on what if he does this, what if he does that. Cool. I have drill set for that. I need this to be muscle memory. No matter what it is, even if my first move doesn't work, I have a second move. My second move doesn't work, I have a third move. And it's just chaining everything together, whether it's MMA, boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai, whatever the case may be, or transitioning all those in sequence. But practice makes perfect. In high school, I hated drilling, especially in wrestling. I hated drilling. I'm like, dude, I know how to do takedowns. And then when I got to college, a quick story, when I got to college, all we did for 2 months, shout out to Harry McGinnis at Triton College, all we did for 2 months is drill. All of us were state qualifiers, state placers, and or state champions. Like, everyone knew how to wrestle. Everyone knew how to hand control a hand fight. Everyone knew how to shoot a double leg, a single leg. And it was literally very basic steps. We did nothing fancy. We did nothing out of the ordinary. As a freshman in college, you think, I'm going to do something special. I'm wrestling in college. No, we just drilled. And throughout those 2 months, people quit. It was just strength conditioning and drilling. That's all we did. It was our preseason. Everyone quit. Maybe there was 30 people out of the 60 that survived. And I don't know where I was like, you know what? This is a week before we started to go live. I was like, let me go back to my high school. They're going to have their first meet before us. Let me just help with some of the guys and help them get some work. I just graduated. So now the guys who were juniors that were a little bigger than me that beat me up were now seniors. Let me go help them. And they're still bigger than me. And they still probably would beat me up. But let me go help them anyways. And I go there, and they've been wrestling live for a month, getting ready for their first duel. I haven't wrestled live at all. Then we start wrestling and going full out, and out of nowhere, I'm demolishing them. And I'm like, they're like, Shorty, dude, you got a lot better. How? And out of nowhere, I was like, I don't know. Like, I'm hitting you with stuff that I don't usually hit you with. This is very different. Then I go back to my coach the next day, and I bragged to him. I was like, I kind of went against your rules. I went back to my high school and wrestled live with these guys. I just demolished them. Why? Like, I didn't hit them with my usual stuff, and if I did, it was just at another level, felt smoother, it just flowed. Why? He goes, because you practiced. It's like, no, all we did was practice shots. He goes, and what do you do in wrestling? You shot. You shot your single legs, right? You shot your double legs. You shot different things. And because you already have your bread and butter, you use those basics that I gave you to help increase the strength of those. And out of nowhere, I'm like, I guess practice does make perfect, and that's when that Bruce Lee quote comes in. I fear a man who's practiced one move 10,000 times, because no matter what you do, I'm going to hit you with it. Good luck. So, dude, practice makes perfect. Enjoy the journey. It's not fun. I'm a live person. I love to let me bang, bro. I like to have fun. But Dean has a concept as well. Drill, drill, drill. So no matter what situation you're in, you're more than welcome and just happy and prepared for it. Come on, situations. Let's have some fun.